All right, everyone. It's that time again when a new Planet Zoo DLC is going to be added into our zoo, and this time we're going to be getting a little spooky. Yeah, it's kind of like a Halloween pack. A Halloween pack with raccoons! Did you guys see that trash panda run by? Oh my gosh. I am actually vastly more excited about this than I thought I would be because as I have watched as these amazing wonders, the new items and the new animals go on display. I mean, look, there's giant mushrooms and stalactites and stalagmites. The more details I have noticed, the more I have fallen in love. I have fallen right into the devious plans of this little trash panda with Planet Zoo the Twilight Pack. All right, so let's go back through this time with slow-mo so we can point out all of the things to get extremely overexcited about, like the new lanterns. Do you see how cool that looks? I am just going to be using that all over the place because it looks amazing. And the fact that we are actually now switching up from more exotic animals to some rather urban additions with the raccoon, the red fox, and the striped skunk being 3 out of the 5 new animals coming in the Twilight pack. And yeah, if you look, you can see the little skunk. Do you see the little skunk? He's right over here. The first time I looked over this, I missed that little detail, and I also missed the little detail of the fact that there's all these leaves on the ground. I love this. Is this going to be like a new terrain we can kind of sprinkle around so that we can add to this autumnal vibe going on? Because I really like it. There's also a cobweb bench. I don't know how I feel about that, but it like works. And we have, of course, a cauldron, and we have got a whole bunch of, like, foxgloves. This is going to be really fun. I will admit, Halloween is not usually my favorite holiday because it's also my mom's birthday. And as you get older, you try to appreciate someone's birthday. I also have an aunt born on Christmas Eve, and let's just say it's better for a lot of holiday people, if not all holiday people who are born on holidays, to be able to feel like it's their special day and not just Halloween. So, like, Halloween's always been more about birthday cake in my family. However, the more I go through and the more I look at some of the amazing new items that have been added into the Twilight pack, the more I am perfectly content to get into the spooky vibes. Because there's freaking giant mushrooms! Do you see those? I am so excited. Mushroom lamps, and these candles. So, oh, and there's the little wombat. Oh my gosh, look, and there's another one, and another one, and another one. And you may be thinking, like, I don't see anything, Seri. No, I promise there's like a little wombat hiding in the grass. Trust me, all these years of going ahead and trying to search for tiny birds up in the tops of trees. Yeah, they've paid off. They've paid off. I can see where the wombats are. Right over here. Oh, and there's also pumpkins over here. A cool new fence. I mean, this has really grown on me. Even a hay bale, which I think we already have before. But oh well. Happy to see the hay bale. Because the more I look at these items that are going to be coming in the Twilight pack, over 200 individual items added in, the more I see how they are going to be very useful in a lot more circumstances than just a spooky setting. Yes, maybe this wombat might be kind of stretching something. This is a wombat gargoyle, which I think is awesome. You could possibly use it in a ruins, but what I'm very excited about is actually this candle. I'm really hoping the candles are actually separate from the statue pieces so that we could actually make like little offerings around like the little shrines we tend to build in all of our Planet Zoo episodes for the animals who we have loved who then pass away. I want to go ahead and leave a bunch of little candle offerings. I think that would be really sweet. And there are a ton of cool items that I'm really looking forward to being able to see come to life. I'm thinking these dead trees, like those are some beautiful dead trees. And there's some teensy tiny little rocks decorating. Look at the little raccoon statue! And the creepy arch of these amazing trees just creating this canopy that you can really give your guests as a sense of like walking through. We can already do that with some of the trees, but I've never thought to like really make it so that they kind of hide away and you have to get down on their level to see them. I very much appreciate all of the different colors that I am seeing for these foxgloves too. I don't know if they're already in the game, but I'm completely here for that. And I don't know, I think we have like this fog effect already. Ooh, look at the red fox gargoyle statue. Wow! And oh, there's just a glimpse of the red fox that you can see slinking off into the ferns there. Yeah, trust me, friends, you're gonna be excited when you hear about all of the color variations that the red fox comes in. And of course, just to be extra creepy, there's like these light effects that you can get. I would absolutely shove those into a cave. And what cave, you may be asking? What cave would I put some creepy eyes, like staring out of the darkness, into? Yeah, guys. Yeah, I think we're about to see it. I think we're about to see the cave! The stalactites and the stalagmites! This cave! This honking cave! This amazing, beautiful creation that is going to make all of the cave systems that we have created actually feel like they come to life, actually be as cool as I am hoping for. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. The stalactites holding tight to the ceiling, the stalagmites that are growing up from the bottom. Yes, yes, this is going to be extremely exciting. But just in case you guys think that it's all about new animals and Halloween, I want to reassure you that it's actually about the trash panda. All right, this is the theory time. This is where I, as a clever Seri, putting 2 and 2 together and getting a trash panda inside of a trash bin, need to explain myself that this entire Twilight pack is actually just a cover for the raccoon. That's right. That's right. Why, you may ask? Because, friends, this little rascally raccoon, which is coming with the Twilight pack, is also arriving with a brand new, free for everybody, 1.11 update that is coming the same day. Now, this update has some amazing things in it that I will definitely talk about in just a second, but you need to stay with me. Don't be distracted. We cannot be led astray because this little raccoon, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Ah, there he is. This little raccoon is actually the mastermind behind both this pack and this update. And you may be asking, what on earth do you mean, Seri? Well, now we just had raccoons, which are an urban animal, which is a very interesting and very exciting new move for Planet Zoo. And in the 1.11 update, we are actually going to get more escaped animal behaviors. That's right. The new animal behaviors with escaped animals will now get up to even more mischief, with a range of new behaviors that will diversify the way escaped animals act. For example, escaped animals will now have the ability to attack bins, also known as trash cans, for those of us in North America. If an animal is of a large enough size escapes, they will proceed to knock over bins they come across and eat the garbage inside. Ick! Don't worry though, as the trash is just food waste left there by guests, it won't cause a disease risk to your animals. However, it still isn't healthy for your animals and will impact the quality of their last meal. Make sure to quickly return them to their enclosures and provide them with a safe and healthy snack from the comforts of their habitat. Yes. More variation to animal escapes, which is gonna be really fun because right now the drama of an animal escape is basically an animal like climbing over the fence and then like walking around in circles while guests scream and you watch your profits plummet. But now they're going to attack bins. Attack bins. You see, we're trying to be led astray. The lead is being buried. The whole point of this update is being hidden behind all of the other amazing things that like come up above it because of the trash cans. This is my theory, friends. The whole reason that the Twilight pack and this update exist are to unite the trash cans and the trash panda. That's right. I think that's the entire reason that we are getting both of these things later this month, because what more fun could you have than watching a little rascally raccoon dash around inside of your zoo and get inside of all of your trash cans? I love that. I love that. I would absolutely adore being able to maybe casually be like, oh, whoopsies, and knock over part of my raccoon habitat so that we could go ahead and let the raccoons out. And I'm hoping that guests don't really scream unless maybe the raccoon like launches itself out of the trash can at them. So we can actually step back and very happily watch as this little rascal goes ahead and stuffs itself on a whole bunch of the trash and the like waste inside of the bin. runs and maybe like hides in bushes and things. I would love the chaos, the low-level constant chaos of having a little masked raccoon running around and getting into trouble and trying to see where he's disappeared to next. I'm hoping the guests don't run away screaming if he gets out, so you can just kind of like try to ignore the alarm that goes off constantly. Yeah, that's one of my big hopes for this pack. But alright, on a more serious note, let me go ahead and introduce you guys to the other animals of the Twilight pack, because I have also been ignoring one of the most important shifts in the entire Planet Zoo everything that we have ever had by not telling you guys about something else that's really super important. So let's move on to that after we take just a moment to nod in satisfaction at the array of new items that will be coming. I wish I could make those mushrooms like a little smaller, but I guess they wouldn't be very effective as lights if they're just gonna, like, I don't know, be so tiny they light up your toe. So maybe it's a good thing they're big mushrooms now that I think about it. There definitely are going to be like some new castle features, which I think would be quite fun. The roofing looks amazing. I really love the set of stairs right over here that just are like sneaking up the back of a shop shell. At least I hope those are shop shells, because like, somebody help us, I'm not going to be able to build that myself. If I have to build those castles like block by block, then I'm just going to be relying 100% on the Steam gallery, I'm going to be honest. So I'm hoping it'll be easy to build a castle, but we can start adding those in, and I think that would be a ton of fun and definitely fit in with the themes that we have in our fairy tale zoo that we have been building in our modded series that I need to get working once the mods work. I guess now we can replace our modded red foxes with the new ones. More on those guys in a second, by the way. But there's also cobweb tables. Again, that's pretty specific to the theme. I don't know all the places I would use that, but definitely applicable to a new career scenario. So this world is going to actually be the first career scenario added into Planet Zoo since the debut of the game. So that's very interesting. I definitely want to poke my nose in here and see what's going on, and if the gears of running our own zoos have given me any kind of experience to try to handle the chaos of whatever might be in this career set. Okay, yeah, I know some of you guys are laughing about that right now because maybe my skills as a zookeeper are questionable at best, but my heart is in the right place. All right, so yes, we have, oh, look at the little raccoon! We have really cool new, oh, look at that lamp. Oh my gosh, this actually looks kind of like Echoes of the Eye from the Outer Wilds expansion, like that kind of architecture. And I love you to the moon and back if you guys actually know that reference. But anyway, we do have our raccoons. They are so cute. I can't wait to see their behaviors. I'm gonna really love if they actually fall asleep in trees. Just watching them interact with the environment is going to be very, very satisfying. I don't think this is a new plant, but maybe it's a new plant and I love it very much. And then here's a good glimpse of the gigantic castle and the really cool dead trees that will be making up some of the new scenario that we're going to be able to poke. That's a really big castle. That's a really big castle, all right. And by the way, there's bats. There's freaking bats! Okay, moving on to what I think is one of the other most amazing things about the Twilight pack. We are now finally breaking through a boundary that I quite honestly didn't know if Planet Zoo was ever going to be able to do. Guys, there's flying animals now. There are flying animals now. The vampire bat, look at him! It is flying and roosting on the ceiling. There's another one flying over there. There's another one flying over there. They are flying around their exhibit. And they are exhibit animals. Or excuse me, they're habitat animals. They're flying around their habitat. They're not exhibit animals in a little box. They are actual habitat animals because they are the Egyptian fruit bat, which is one of the many species of mega bat out there. So, I mean, it is not going to fit in a tiny exhibit. It needs a whole habitat of its own, and it's flying. Do you guys know what this means? Do you guys know what this means? In the future, I now have my expectations raised and set on hopefully stumbling upon none other than more bird species. This flying fruit bat is literally going to lead the way for my hopes and dreams for being able to see more birds in Planet Zoo. Imagine how amazing it would be to build an aviary with some of the most beautiful birds on the planet, the ones that are flying. Yes, we have amazing birds already. We have the cassowary, we have the flamingo, we have the penguins. I am not saying, and there's a lot more, I'm not saying we don't have birds. However, if you really tried to kind of like look at Planet Zoo as a slice of some of the amazing life that we share this planet with, there's kind of a whole big giant chonkin section of it missing other than fish. And I feel like it's birds and they're flying now. The bats are flying. If the bats can fly, the birds could fly. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I just might die if like the expansions start releasing birds. Any of you guys who join my live streams know how many bird species there are, because every time someone subs, they get to become a bird from the Wingspan series. Wingspan doesn't even have all of the birds of the world, and it literally has hundreds of cards. I have my hopes set that this is the beginning of a new era where we are going to like a new era, because it's going to be up in the air. Yes, I do hope it's going to begin a new era where we can now actually start kind of expanding our hopes and our expectations for what Planet Zoo can add in the future. Because I'm totally here for birds. There's already been so many intense and thoughtful updates for water and underwater habitats. I'm beginning to think that we might even get some more aquatic species in the future. Don't know. We're gonna have to see. But I never thought this would happen. I never thought this would happen. And now that it's happened, boy, my wish list of animals just went through the roof. But it is going to be so much fun to see the fruit bats. They are one of my favorite animals. I love watching them. And if I get to watch a little fruit bat do its little nom noms on a piece of fruit, I'm gonna be so happy. Oh my goodness. But all right, so yes, there's going to be walk-in habitats that the guests are going to be able to go in. I assume this cave is like the walk-in habitat of the career scenario that we will be able to sample the first of the amazing event of the fruit bats flying overhead. Don't know why some people are trying to take pictures. It's a cave, sir. It's not going to show up on Instagram. It's too dark. But that is extremely exciting. So I love this. I mean, I'm not really like the Halloween decor fan, but I love this because of all of the things it indicates. Potential really exciting animal escapes, flying animals. This is gonna be so fun. So friends, yes, so all right, and I also haven't really told you too many details about all of the 5 Twilight animals that are going to be introduced. You can read through all of these details over on Steam, where you can go ahead and like wishlist the little pack if you would like to. But basically there's going to be 5 new animals, no word on any new exhibit species this time. We're going to have the raccoon, the red fox, the common wombat, which that threw me because I was like, raccoon, got it, red fox, got it. There's even a striped skunk. Got it. Those are all urban animals in North America that I'm quite familiar with. And then like the wombat just got thrown in there, and that just kind of brought me to an abrupt halt. So yeah, Australian viewers, like Australian community members, can you chime in and let me know, like, if you, here in North America, we might expect a raccoon to get into the trash can. What about a wombat? Does it get into your compost or something? That's adorable. And the Egyptian fruit bat. So some of these actually are species that make their home in very urban environments, and some of these are species that still could be considered a little bit more on the untamed wilds sort of environment. And this is the first time that we're kind of mixing those two things in Planet Zoo, and I'm quite excited to see where it goes, because if somebody gives me pigeons, I'm just, especially the Queen Victoria pigeon, I'm just gonna lay on the ground, enjoy, and just like flop around for a while. And also, yeah, Planet Zoo, they know you guys. They know you, because I know you, and I know foxes are one of the favorite animals of a whole bunch of our community. And not only are red foxes being added in, but find your favorite red fox from a huge variety of stunning color morphs, including a silver, black, white, cross, and piebald. Yeah, not only is the red fox coming, but the red fox is going to be arriving in a wide variety of colors. That is just so cool. There's also going to be a ton of scenery pieces, the new scenario. You can dive on in and read about how we're apparently going to rescue a Himalayan like brown bear from a mansion. That sounds kind of exciting. And you can also check out more details for the free 1.11 update that is going to be dropping on the same day. And the 1.11 update, just to highlight a few things, does have some amazing details that I almost missed on my first read through. But other than being able to go ahead and take out most exhibit species so that our educators and keepers are going to be able to really like show them up close and personal to guests. Oh, and by the way, that does not include the common death adder and golden poison frog, because you know you don't want to kill everybody, just saying. But we're going to be able to actually really interact with those exhibit animals, as well as change their backdrops by being able to customize their 2D backdrop to any of the 2D backdrops in the game, and also any of the images you want to use. So if you have like a specific image that you want to put as the backdrop, you can go ahead and upload that just like you can with all of the billboards and all of the signs and all of those details in Planet Zoo already. I think that's really cool. I'm really curious just to try out a wide variety, because I've always felt like making the exhibits look really nice has been a bit of a struggle. Definitely like how they put a beautiful rock facade around the bottom of this one though. And we're also going to be able to manage the populations in the exhibit. This is something that is a quality of life improvement I didn't know I needed, but I needed it. Because the rate at which the exhibit animals reproduce is very fast. So now you're going to be able to set different rules for the males and females of the species, so that way you're not going to get overpopulated, because you can set what you want your max population count to be for both males and females. And you can do priority filters that will actually remove the oldest animals, and you can decide if you want to put them in storage, if you want to sell them, or if you want to release them to the wild. And that'll just kind of happen passively, I assume. That is amazing. That is so amazing. And don't fret, because if you have a favorite tarantula or something that you don't want to see leave, you can set custom exemptions for specific animals that will override your management filters so that your favorite animals are safe and sound. Also, guess what? You're going to be able to see them like now, because the exhibit camera is getting improved, and so that way you can actually find where the freaking tree frog is hiding. I will say that's going to be great, but I'm going to be a little bit sad because there is something kind of quaint about the Where's Waldo, sort of like where the heck did that animal just go, that we have to do every time you want to look inside of an exhibit. And apparently there's skirts. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I read this, I sat there for a good couple of minutes going, skirts? Like actual skirts? Who wears skirts in my game? Then I realized apparently that's a word for the biome, like terrain textures, I think? Maybe? I don't think they're actual skirts, so I'm just gonna leave that there. But there's going to be 12 new biome skirts and 1 reskin design to allow you even more variation when determining the look of your landscape. And then another quality of life bit that I didn't even know I needed, the ramp terrain stamp. A moment of silence, please, for all of the pain of trying to make a hill in Planet Zoo that your paths can go up without losing your sanity at the same time. I didn't know I needed this, but this is gonna be a game changer. It's gonna be so much easier to make inclined paths, and that is probably going to make it so much easier to be able to make those really cool exhibits where guests can go up and you can look down into this beautiful terrain where the animals will hopefully be frolicking quite happily, maybe showing off some of their new piebaldism. Yeah, we're gonna be getting some piebaldism, which is basically the unpigmented spots that are scattered across an animal's skin or coat, and they are new variants. Just like the albinos pop up for some species, piebaldism will start popping up for some of the species in Planet Zoo, and you can go ahead and enjoy the Nala, pronghorn antelope, and springbok should all have a little bit of piebaldism if you want to add those really unique looks into your game. Yeah, I hope that we get to see more of this, even though I know it's really hard to add these color variations in with the animals, because it just adds so much fun to like breeding and watching over each of your individual animals as they're born. And this is just, it's just going to be a good time. Oh, and by the way, we're also getting the sounds of summer added in with 12 new chill hop tracks inspired by the Planet Zoo soundtrack. So yeah, this is all going to be really fun. And I am so excited. I cannot wait to watch the fruit bats. Like, I'm gonna release raccoons all over my zoo, and I'm just gonna sit in there and watch fruit bats eat bananas. That's I might be getting a little batty, but that's literally just, it sounds like a wonderful way to spend the rest of my month. So, all right, guys, if you would like to join us on this series of chaotic adventures that I think are going to be extremely entertaining, if not extremely efficient, then do please consider subscribing or joining in for literally the thousands, over 10,000 episodes and adventures we already have, and the hundreds of Planet Zoo adventures. And if you would like to join us on this, well, you know what to do. I literally just said it. Then you can subscribe and you can follow along. But most importantly, my friends, stay curious, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.